105.1 The Bounce, Detroit's throwback hip hop and R&B. It's your boy Showtime, the Czar, in studio. You might have seen this guy do some of the dopest week-to-week NFL recaps. Outside of that, he's just a super dope rapper, man, and multi-talented individual, man. Chef Geech, what up, though?
What up, though? What's the word?
Man, thank you for being here.
My baby, thank you for having me, man. It's a pleasure. Always support, show love, and people show love and support to me, so I'm always with this.
Thank you. Chef Geech, the name. How did you get that name? Did you start cooking first, then rap? Or
I literally just had this conversation with somebody like 5 minutes before I walked in here.
Really?
Somebody just asked me that same question. And I gave them the long-winded answer. I don't know how to give you the answer that's shorter. Geech come from being around some people. I used to live in the South. I was going to college in Florida, and I used to hang with some people. They used to say, Geechy, everything good. So then when I started rapping, trying to figure out my rap name, I had went with Geech for multiple reasons. Not just that, but also it got something to do with Big Meats. And then I was like, I took the big off and just kept it at Geech. And then somebody had that name, so I was like, dang, I got to figure out what I'm going to change it to. And everybody was like, just do Chef Geech, because in all my raps I was saying Chef Geech. And I went to school for culinary too, so that was why.
So you did have like a background in cooking. Okay.
Yeah, I've been cooking. I was cooking. I'm retired now, but I used to cook for like 10, 12 years after college.
I seen a video of you saying you started rapping at like 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
I started rapping when I was a little kid, yeah.
What got you, who's some of your influences at 9 years old?
9 years old?
Yeah.
A little Bow Wow.
No, that's real.
That's it. That was why I started rapping. It was because of Lil Bow Wow. I seen Lil Bow Wow rapping, and I was like, it was like some hater, like, man, I could do that.
You can do it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this little boy rapping, getting rich, like, man, I could do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was cold, too, as a youngin'. Like, I was cold. So, I mean, ever since I was 9 years old, but I ain't start taking it serious till I got to college.
You said Florida State?
I went to the Art Institute of Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay. Why down there? What made you want to?
That's a funny story, too. So, when I graduated high school, like, I wasn't, like, top of the class, and I was, like, a mid-grade student, like C's and stuff. Well, I was, like, D's and E's in my early years, and then junior, senior, I got, like, A's and B's, so it leveled out.
Right.
So all my friends was going to Michigan State and stuff. I'm like, dang, I'm about to go to Schoolcraft Community College. And
why you say it like that?
But look, that's how at first I didn't trip, because Schoolcraft was like a good culinary school. So I'm like, I'm going to Schoolcraft. So I remember I had an open house, and this girl that I used to talk to pulled up to my open house. She was like, so what you got planned for after she was a grade higher than me, so she had already graduated. She like, so what you got planned now that you graduated? I'm like, I'm going to Schoolcraft. She like, just like everybody else. I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was like, dang. Then the next day, I was like, I don't want to go to Schoolcraft. She like, where you want to go? I'm like, I don't even want to stay in the state. She like, where you want to go? And we just started looking up places, and I was like, let's go to Jacksonville, Florida. It was just random. Like, let's go to Art Institute, and then we looked up all the different art institutes. I was like, let's go to Jacksonville, Florida. And at first, I didn't get accepted. I had to write a whole letter to them, and it just panned out that way. They loved the letter I sent them, and was like, this was heartfelt. It was honest. It was true. We want to accept you or whatever.
What made you come back to the city?
I don't live here right now.
Oh, you don't?
No, I live in California.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up, because I see you doing the taco thing. Explain that, bro. What is that exactly? I think it's like a competition.
So yeah, I create everything you asking is wonderful questions, because it's all funny stories. But I live in California. I've been living out there for like 5 years. Most people don't know that. Like, people think I've been out here doing recaps. I've been in California this whole time doing that, and I just be coming back and forth a lot. So the Taco Madness situation. So me and my partner Roger, that's who shoot all my recaps. He helped me come up with all my creative ideas. So we was just sitting down one day, like, cause a lot of people would just be seeing me rap, and they be like, "Yo, we want to get you to do some rap," and I'm like, I ain't no jingle. Like, I'm not. Don't get the lines mixed up. Like, I really rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, got features with some of the biggest artists in the city. So I'm like, I just did the lion stuff and just came up. So people be thinking I'm about to do like, look, yo, can you rap about the Pistons, rap about this, rap about that? I'll be like, no. I'm like, man, let's do some
let's do some music.
Let's do some stuff, or do something that show my personality. And people be like, it's like they don't know that I got a personality. And I'm like, I don't know how you can't tell by the music. But it's like, say less, we just gonna start making content that showcases. So of course we went the culinary route, because that's where I'm from. So, you know what I'm saying? We was like, let's do something with food. And I was like, I want to do what everybody do, like eating food and reviewing it, but I don't want to do what everybody doing.
Right,
How can
right.
we make it creative? And we was like, let's make it a competition. You know what I'm saying? Let's do this place versus this place.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was right around March Madness. We was like, let's just make it March Madness. So we called it Taco Madness. And stay tuned because we gonna come to the D and do other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I can't talk too much.
Okay.
about it,
All right,
but we
cool.
gonna come
I
to the
respect
D
it.
with it for sure.
Let's talk about the rapping thing, man. You the Lions thing. What got you started in doing that? You said your boy in California told you something a little bit about that. What made you start really doing a week to week? Because it's not just the Lions that you do, but just NFL recap, bro.
Yeah, Roger, that's my brother. We had just started. We've been knowing each other for years, but we never worked. And he like a prominent camera guy in California, director. And we've been knowing each other for years through music because he used to do music. And he was just like, man, let's start working. Like, we got a friendship, but it's no reason why you dope, I'm dope at what we do, and we ain't made no content or nothing. So anyways, he talked me into it. I'm like, bet, let's make some content. And like, I want to say the recaps was like our third, fourth video we ever made together. And it came about because we just used to be sitting there brainstorming, like, how can we come up with something dope or creative? And then one day he called me and he was like, I think I got something dope, but I don't know if you're going to mess with it. I'm like, what? He was like, you should rap about the NFL since we both football fans. And I was like, no, that junk gimmicky.
Right.
Straight. And then he was like, all right, but I had a talk with God about it that very moment he did it, because God had humbled me earlier that week. And I was like, I feel like this guy trying to humble me again. Like, you ain't no better than nobody, bro. Go ahead and try it. So I just started writing, and then I texted him like, this junk actually sounded pretty fire. And he was like, let's shoot it. And we shot it the next day, because when he came up with the idea, it was Wednesday, and Thursday is when football come back on. I'm like, if we do this, we got to do it now, because football come back on tomorrow. It ain't going to make no sense. He was like, let's do it this and drop it right before Thursday night football. So we did it, dropped it, and the first one went viral.
People look forward to them. I'm one of them people that look forward to the videos. I ain't even going to cap with you.
That's dope.
But I'm going to ask you a similar question that I asked Kid J, man. The type of rapping that you do, it's not popular anymore. You're a lyricist, bro.
For sure.
How are you able to do that in 2025 with the way that male hip hop in particular is, portrayed now?
I think that's a great question. I think that it's a few things. One, I do got a little ratchet in me. You feel me? Like, I'm
That's real.
I'm a lyricist, but I grew up on Blade Icewood and Rock Bottom, and you know what I'm saying? They're my favorite artists. Period. Not just in Detroit, just period. That's what I grew up on. But I was a mindful kid. I listened to Eminem too, and you know what I'm saying, and Jay and Big and Nas. So it was like I'm the best of both worlds, I feel like. And in today's day and era, you just gotta be yourself, and you gotta know. Like, me personally, to answer your question, me personally, I feel like what separates me from a lot of other rappers is I market while I rap. So I don't just be writing and rapping just to be creative or dope. I'm sitting up there thinking about, dang, what can I say that's gonna make the crowd woo, or what can I say when I perform it's gonna do? I'm giving away sauce right now that I shouldn't, but you know what I'm saying? What can I do to make this genre mess with it, this demographic mess with it, this, like, I don't never just be sitting there. Like, I'm also marketing, but I'm always being myself. It's hard. It is. It's as hard as I make it sound. Like, it ain't easy, but I've been doing it for so long. So.
You ever be afraid that because people only see you doing the NFL raps? Because after I saw you do that, I'm like, oh, he can really rap. So I had to dig a little deeper. Now I'm like, okay, yeah, he for real about it.
Right.
You ever get nervous that people only see that and they're like, oh, he's a gimmicky rapper, he can't really?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I get discouraged sometimes, but I'm also at a point right now in my life where I'm not too in love with hip hop like I used to be.
Why is that?
To be honest, it's just dead. It's dead, and I don't feel like it's as sad as it is to say. I don't feel no like responsibility to revive it. I just don't. I'm gonna let it die. And
wow.
I'm just being honest. Like, where it's at right now, where people is making what they doing, and it might be because of my age. Like, I'm 33. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm up there now. Like, I don't really feel how I used to feel at 23 when I was rapping.
Yeah.
So it's just like.
But I think the reason why I asked you about the lyricist question is because of, I feel like the females in hip hop, they kind of stepping on necks, and I feel like the guys got to step it up. So when I hear guys like you that's really out here can actually rap, bro, that's sustainable. The stuff that they doing now is not really So that's why I feel like you are reviving it without you even trying, bro.
Yeah,
So
right.
to hear you say that you like, I don't feel like responsibility, it's like, is that, do you really feel like that, or is it just like in the moment thing?
I think that, yeah, I do. Like, people be asking me about where the music at, and I be like, I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even on my mind. It's not even on my radar. Like, right now, I just feel like I'm in a deep bag with, not just the recaps, but just as a content creator. Like, I think people are starting to see that I'm a creative just all around.
Right. And it don't stop at the rapping.
Movies, anything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm now that I'm showcasing it to people, and people is like, dang, this boy is talented at a lot of different stuff. Like, just as he is talented at rap. I've always known that about myself since a kid. So now that I get to showcase it and I'm in rooms where people see it, it's like, dang, sky's the limit. I ain't got to just stop here at rap. You know what I'm saying? And then I guess what also discourages me is I know the game. I've been in the game for 12 years, like deep in the game. Like, I ain't new to this. I done had deals with Atlantic, everything.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know how this junk work, and it's not worth it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm straight. I'll go over here and make some other money. I ain't even about to deal with it. So that's where I'm.
You said you had to deal with Atlantic. Can you talk about that? Like, what happened? Did it just...
So I used to work. I say I used to work with them. I ain't never go full-fledged with signing with them at APG. They had a publishing company called APG I used to work with a lot, and ghostwriting for your favorites, you name it. You know what I'm saying? Sitting in the studio all day, slaving, writing music, hoping and praying for a placement, and just sitting up there putting your music on the shelf for it. Taking the advisory from them to put your music on the shelf for it, so you could push other artists and help them push other artists. And it just was slave work, and I wasn't rocking with it. And then I also seen what the artist was going through too. You know what I'm saying? And all of the splits and everything, all the money that gets split up in it, and money that get taken out of it that ain't even, man, it's a dirty game. It's a dirty game. I saw it from my outside looking in. And I'm not one of the people that, don't get me wrong, some people be in good situations. I'm not a biased person at all, where I'm just like, man, everybody go through. No, some people have really good situations, but it's rare. And an industry like that, like, I dang near don't even want no parts of that. Like, right now, you better off being independent, in my opinion.
That's what I hear.
But you got to have a strong team for that.
Right. You, I want to ask you two more things, bro. You ever feel like you want to make an entire project of, music, just showing people what you...
Yeah, I'm going to drop some. I'm about to drop some in a couple months.
All right, bet. There we go. That's what I want.
Just because it's like, the good thing about not caring no more is that I'm not putting too much pressure on myself to drop no music. So it's like, I'm a perfectionist. And I be like, when people be hearing me and I be getting the compliments that I respect and love, like what you gave me and I appreciate it, I be feeling like, dang, I got to come.
Yeah, we need a body of work, bro.
With some fire. But at the same time, I got so much throwaways on my computer that I'm feeling like, man, I could give y'all this and y'all be satisfied. I ain't tripping because I really don't care no more. So that's more, not trying to like downgrade what I got on my computer. It's fire. And even compared to some of the stuff we hear every day is fire. But is it a body of work that I'm just sitting there in album mode and I comprised and it's like, no. But it's gonna be. I'm about to drop a selection of music that's sitting on my hard drive in an album form.
Bet. So. Last thing, Ben Johnson. Seen you tweet about Ben Johnson. You don't think you're being too hard on him, bro?
No.
Let me. So look, I pulled up a couple of the tweets. Okay. You did hand emoji, AG, middle finger, Ben Johnson. Thanks. You said Ben Johnson got me effed up. Now I'm pissed all over again. Yep, that's another tweet. You said men's betrayal, Trump's reinstatement, OSU winning the title. It's like they planned all of this just to see a black man crash out on MLK Day.
It did. It was a bad week that week.
Yo, why y'all like Ben? I understand why, but explain in further detail the Ben Johnson hate.
Now let me say this before I get in the bed. You see, you bringing up old stuff. But at the same time, I knew Jesus when I made them tweets, but I ain't know Jesus how I know Jesus now. So let me just say that. So shout out to Ben Johnson, you know what I'm saying? But I know Jesus a little bit more now, so I ain't really.
You not in that headspace. That's cool.
That's a little over the top.
That's why I asked, bro. But, you was like mad at him, bro.
But he had me messed up though, because I was at that game.
Oh, word.
I was at that Washington game, and I got it on video. I'm sitting there every play like, why we not running the ball? Like, what is, bro got 10 yards of carry. Why we not running the ball? Like, this ain't making no. I'm sitting there every 5 seconds asking my camera, like, why we not running the ball, bro? Am I tripping? Am I woo woo? Every play I'm questioning, like, why is it 3rd and 2 and he in the shotgun, empty backfield? Like, why is it? It was just so much stuff that I just ain't never seen them do.
Right.
Now, let it be told, he's the one that calls all the plays on offense, right? So if he the one calling all the plays on offense, like, what is you, like, we could have won that game with flying colors. And then you left the next day.
Yeah. So he feel like it was a setup. Like he kind of dropped the ball.
Like Cliff Kingsbury, the offensive coordinator for the Washington Redskins, he got a bunch of job offers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like right after the season, because he did his thing and he already been a head coach. Bro, he turned every offer down. Like, bro, I'm not talking to y'all until the playoffs over.
Right.
Our team was the only team that had coaches interviewing for positions
During
the playoffs.
Right.
So I'm mad at AG too, don't get me wrong, but AG didn't go to our rival. You feel me? So it's a smorgasbord of you interviewing during the playoffs, so you're not focused. First off, if Cliff Kingsbury could tell teams, wait till after the postseason, bro, you the hottest coach on the market.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell everybody, I ain't making no decision, I ain't having no interviews till we win the Super Bowl.
Mm.
You feel me? So based on your play calling, I feel like you was not focused, you was not locked in, or you sabotaged us. I ain't know that type of person, but I ain't leaving it out the window.
Right.
You know, and then you went to the Bears. It's like
now that's the only thing I'm okay with, cause it's the Bears. Now, this is just my opinion, bro.
Mm-hmm. Talk to me.
Had he went to like a Green Bay or a Minnesota, a team that I know that they wasn't in a position to get a coach, but let's just say Green Bay had like a mid-season, it was like 8-9 or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay, I'm gonna go to Green Bay, a team that's really contending with the Lions. Then I'd have gave him the side eye. He going to the Bears, bro. He got to rebuild everything that he did here. He ain't gonna just go over to Chicago and do it.
No, but the Bears.
And
okay, I feel you. Keep going.
And the what's the term I'm looking for? The lifespan or the turnaround for coaches in the NFL.
Yeah.
If he don't do it in like 2-3 years, bro, he out of there. And I don't know if Ben Johnson's the leader of men. So that was my only thing. When I seen that, I'm like, I get it, but I'm like, he going to the Bears. I'm not worried.
I'm
about
not
that.
mad at you for feeling like that. I am mad at a few things. One, the Bears is.
They gonna be good eventually. I'm just not sold right now. That's my only thing.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think Ben is, but he know what it's gonna be, and
Yeah.
I know what it's gonna be. And then you got to look at their window versus our window. They got a longer window. They got a 10-year plan.
Side, bro. We only need a year or two to get a
We
Super
got a
Bowl. By that
4-year
time,
plan.
yeah.
They got a 10-year plan. We got a 4-year plan. So I'm looking at it like that. Like, bro, he actually went to.
He went to the right thing.
He
It
went
was just
to the most potential team in the division.
100%. 100% agree with you right there.
So
it just,
it's like,
I hate it was in our division. That's really what
that's
it is.
what I don't care. I understand what you're saying, Minnesota and Packers. I don't rock with them, but don't sleep on the Bears just because they've been trash lately. Like, they got the most potential sitting up there, and they got the most money. And it's like,
Yeah, he went to the.
like that.
It is what it is. All right, so new project. We still got to wait on that, man. But what is something that you want people to know that you got coming up other than the taco thing?
Man, get ready. The season is coming up. Draft is Thursday. So, shout out to the Pistons, too, doing their thing. I might do a recap for the playoffs.
Okay.
I might do that. And, yeah, project coming. I mean, the title of it, I can tell you all that. It's called Saffron My Vices. Usually my projects be saying Saffron in the beginning, which is like my second alias. And then
Okay.
you say my something. So this one going to be called My Vices because it's like my last little bit of secular music I got left in the tank.
All right.
So
Bet.
that's about it.
Appreciate you for stopping in and talking with me, man. Thank you for coming in here. Lion season. We're going to have to chop it up again, bro. See what's going on.
It's
But I appreciate you for coming in here.
Thank you for having me, boys.
It's 105, 1 to bounce.